calls to curb dangerous roads.
We are on pace for another record year of injuries, fatalities, collisions.
What City Hall is considering to keep pedestrians safe. Alberta allows serving alcoholic drinks nearly all day long. And after providing food and hope for decades,
I like to see a nice meal on the table for these families.
This inspirational volunteer packs it in with a final campaign to help the community.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Alicia Fieldberg.
Good afternoon. A Calgary councillor is pushing for more spending on traffic safety infrastructure, with the city on pace for another deadly year on the roads. It comes just days after another pedestrian was killed. And Jordan Canagan's at City Hall. So Jordan, what is the proposal?
Well, Alicia, councillors will eventually debate a motion, what is essentially a pilot project to spend $6 million more on traffic calming measures, including more flashing lights at crosswalks. It was presented at a city committee earlier on this morning, but council won't debate it as a whole until later on this month. And Councillor Nathaniel Schmidt says more needs to be done to prevent collisions from happening on Calgary roads. He wants to see each ward in the city test out more flashing crosswalk signs, speed humps, and more. Police say we're on track to surpass last year's fatal collision total, which was the highest amount in more than a decade. The city's already had 12 fatal collisions on its roads in 2026. Half of those deaths have been pedestrians who were hit and killed by a vehicle.
We would speak to our community and identify where they should go. This hopes to expand that to include other types of infrastructure that we can place within our own wards and address hotspots, and also some of the funding will go to help achieve the goals of the Safer Mobility Plan as well.
Now, police say that Calgary's road infrastructure just isn't keeping up with how quickly this city is growing and how many more cars are on the roads. Now, more data is going to be presented at City Hall tomorrow that shows that Calgary's per capita rate of major injury or death on roads last year was higher than comparable cities such as Toronto and Edmonton. Alicia?
Thanks, Jordan. There's been a crash near Bicycle involving an ambulance and a farm sprayer. It happened around 1 this afternoon when the ambulance had its lights and sirens on while transporting a patient. RCMP said the ambulance and farm equipment collided on Highway 1 near Range Road 254. STAR's helicopter airlifted the male patient in critical condition. The ambulance driver and worker tending to the patient were picked up by another ambulance and taken to hospital with serious injuries but in stable condition. Highway 9 will be closed in the area while RCMP and Occupation Health and Safety investigate. Calgary will explore alternative alignments for the Green Line transit project downtown after hearing overwhelming pushback from those living and working along the route. 83% of the businesses and property owners set to be most impacted by an elevated train line are against the proposal. They say it will crater property values and business. However, 65% of Calgarians overall support an elevated line in order to get the LRT line running. Construction on the south portion of the project is continuing as the downtown plan is developed. $78 million has been spent on the Green Line so far this year, while the money spent overall has climbed to $1.7 billion to date. The mayor says the province is now willing to be flexible.
And if the vast majority of downtown residents and businesses can't see support for this version of what the province had asked for, my understanding is that they're willing to course correct. They're willing to make adjustments.
The Green Line team is expected back at City Hall later this month for an update on the impact of an elevated line on property values. Officials are also still working to validate the province's costs for the proposed plan. The city is working to repair a sinkhole that's been growing in a southwest neighborhood. 2 weeks ago, a water main break in Coach Hill flooded the area and damaged the road. Residents were without water for 6 days and say since then the sinkhole has doubled in size. The city says repairing the water main was more challenging than expected. Additional excavation is required, but crews are on schedule to finish that early this week. The road will be repaired following that. A proposed federal ban on social media use for children under 16 is drawing strong reactions across Alberta, with supporters calling it long overdue and some critics warning it could go too far. And Mark Villani is outside Sir Winston Churchill High School. So Mark, how are students responding?
Well, Alicia, it's really been a mixed bag of responses, with some students saying it could be really difficult to enforce a ban on social media. Others telling us that being on these platforms is their way of communicating with others and expressing their identity. All the while, others do say a ban could be necessary, telling us that they've experienced inappropriate interactions and negative experiences that have led to mental health concerns. Now, this is all why the federal government is expected to introduce legislation tomorrow to prevent Canadian kids under 16 from accessing social media, while also creating new rules for tech companies to reduce online harms. Now, Alberta's UCP government says it will review the legislation, but told CTV News it believes more of a focus should be placed on empowering parents to protect their children instead. But Alberta's opposition NDP is also in favor of any measures that could protect kids at the same time. Now, all of this does come as child advocates say 1 in 4 children are being cyberbullied online, and those sextortion rates are also increasing.
This legislation sends a very strong signal that this time of impunity for tech companies is over, that we will not allow this to happen. You know, I refuse to live in a country where every day our children are getting sick, injured, and dying because of social media and other digital harms. Those days are over, and this is time for real change for our children.
Now, Ottawa says it's also introducing legislation tomorrow on the safety of AI chatbots and how to work around some of those situations. All of this, of course, Alicia, will come with a heated debate, and of course we'll get much more of those details on this legislation coming up tomorrow.
Thanks, Mark. Albertans will now be able to get an alcoholic drink as early as 6 a.m. all year round. Now, prior to this, licensed establishments had to get special approval to begin liquor service as early as 6 a.m., but the Alberta Gaming and Liquor Commission would typically grant it for Stampede, international sporting events, and cultural celebrations. Service Alberta Minister Dale Nally says business owners were asking for more flexibility. The AGLC says there are already high standards in place for responsible liquor service to support community safety. Closing hours remain unchanged, with last call at 2 a.m. Liquor stores are not included in the new rules. The Calgary Stampede Parade celebrity judge is known for his infectious energy, quick wit, and deep Canadian roots. Andrew Fung has been selected for the honor. The award-winning comedian, actor, producer, and host will help judge entries in many float, equestrian, and marching band categories. Now, the Stampede says they've been trying to get Fung involved in the parade for a long time, and Fung is really excited.
It's Andrew Fung from Kim's Convenience, Run the Burbs, and Big Burger Battle. But before all that, I'm a kid born and raised in the northeast of Calgary, and I am hyped to come home to Calgary to serve as this year's celebrity judge for the 2026 Calgary Stampede Parade presented by Sinkhole.
Now, Fung joins a star-studded roster of past celebrity judges, including country music artist Devin Cole last year and former CTV meteorologist David Spence in 2022. Now, that parade is Friday, July 3rd. If you can't make it in person, CTV has you covered. Our award-winning live parade broadcast begins at 8:55 a.m. on TV and online. And I know that parade day is historically a day where we don't get rain, but tonight is a different story. Danielle.
Yeah, tonight's a day, and who knows about the parade? We'll have to wait till we get a little closer to that, and I'll give you a forecast, of course. But what I can tell you is that we're in for a good amount of rainfall, you know, because we haven't received enough so far this month. Here's a look at what's happening in the city. We have isolated showers, some of it actually making to the ground in some spots. Winds picking up here and there as well. Now, most of this is light in nature, but this will become more intense and widespread tonight and through tomorrow. 20 degrees, though, is the temperature today, so we still got to normal. That's a normal daytime high for this time of year. We will not be at normal temperatures for tomorrow. We'll struggle just to get to 14 degrees. Expect rain overnight tonight, heavy at times, and through the morning at times as well. Gusts tomorrow out of the north, 50 kilometers per hour, so it's a cold wind. And by the afternoon, afternoon, showers with isolated thunderstorms possible as well. We'll pick up about 10 millimeters of rain in the city. That's your 24-hour forecast, brought to you by Fifth Avenue Volkswagen. Family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at Fifth Avenue Volkswagen.
Thanks, Danielle. Thousands are gathered in Calgary discussing the future of oil and gas, and today Canada made a pitch to international visitors at the Energy Conference. Plus, a free event to connect Calgarians with healthcare. Day one of the Global Energy Show had a strong message from Canadian leaders to international delegates. Our country can be a stable supplier in a volatile world. The Federal Natural Resources Minister and Alberta's Premier headlined the conference's opening day at the BMO Centre. They reiterated that Canada wants to be an energy superpower, one that's now open for business. But across town, BC's Energy Minister had some opposition. That provincial government claims it hasn't been privy to discussions about a new pipeline that would run to the West Coast.
I hear people asking me questions about this all the time, but to suggest that 3 weeks before you're going to unveil your project, you have 5 different routes you're considering, that's interesting to me, but it's hardly something for me to comment on. Address some of these questions, then we can respond to it.
The 3-day conference and trade show is expecting 30,000 attendees. A former federal Conservative cabinet minister and lobbyist has been chosen to help the electoral ridings, redraw the electoral ridings in Alberta. Monty Solberg is one of 4 panel members appointed today by a legislature committee observing the new map-making process. But the opposition NDP says that process is illegitimate and can't be trusted. It will redo the work of a previous Electoral Boundaries Commission, but with a mandate to create more ridings. Darwin Durney was also chosen for the panel. He supports mixing urban and rural ridings. All right, Danielle, I know you said we're expecting some rain tonight. Not just tonight either, likely in the next days as well.
Yeah, so in the next 48 hours, we'll maybe see a little bit of sunshine, but it will be mainly unstable. So just, heads up, expect a bit of a gloomier couple days, and certainly on the cooler side compared to what we've had over these last few days. Today we got to the 20s. Yesterday we got to the 20s in the cities. That's not the case, especially for tomorrow. Checking out temperatures, it's 20 in Calgary and Lethbridge, and a little warmer further to the east. So in those lower 20s, Drumheller, Brooks through Medicine Hat. We had a bit of a breezy day today so far, but nothing crazy. 30 kilometers per hour. That was our max so far in Calgary. That will likely pick up to 40 as we head through the evening hours, and tomorrow we'll pick up to 50. The difference is tomorrow we're looking at gusts at 50 kilometers per hour, morning and afternoon possible, but it's out of the north, so that's a cold wind. And when you combine that with the rain, yeah, it's definitely a day that's not going to be so fun outdoors like what we had yesterday, and today was not bad. All right, so you can see the system. It's just starting to reorganize itself on our side of the Rockies. It's going to create a bit of a spin here as it gets organized, especially tonight. Ahead of this right now, we've had the cloud cover today, and we've already had some isolated showers and continuing to have these isolated showers in the city. All right, so as we head through the rest of today, we will have more isolated showers. It's tonight, though, that this will become more widespread, consistent rainfall, and it will be heavy at times. You can see that indicated by the yellow here and the orange. Now, where we're looking at more of the bullseye areas, just to the east of Highway 2, to the north of Lethbridge, and just to the east of Strathmore. So Enchant, Lomond, over to potentially Brooks, even down to Milk River, Lethbridge included in this, 20 to 30 millimeters of rain possible in those areas. But for Calgary, we're looking at about 10 millimeters of rainfall from this. Timeline in through Wednesday morning, while we have rain that will be heavy at times, and then it will basically be more isolated by tomorrow afternoon, but there's also the risk of embedded thunderstorms with this as well. For Calgary, down the Trans-Canada towards Medicine Hat, as you can see here. And then Thursday, things start to clear up, but still isolated showers possible in the morning, and then later in the day, the chance of showers and even some thunderstorm activity once again. So the next couple of days won't be very stable. About 10 millimeters of rain is what you can expect in the city. And then again, further off to the east, Strathmore down towards Lowman, Lethbridge, over to Medicine Hat, anywhere from 20 to 30 millimeters. 14 is our high for tomorrow. Again, windy. 18 for Thursday. We may see the sun peek through at times, but also those isolated showers and thunderstorms. Another system moves in for Friday, and we can expect another 5 millimeters of rain then with a high of 12.
Navigating the health system can be challenging, especially if you're new to the country. Today, a free health and wellness event at Chinese Cultural Center helped women and their families understand how to access care. Interpreters from many languages provided health education and resources. The event also aims to help newcomers feel welcome in the community, a major factor in health and wellness.
And so we actually have buses today that are driving to different community organizations, picking people up and bringing them down to the event. So the goal is to make it as easy as possible for people to interact and engage in their health.
The event also offered health screenings, midwife support, and connections with fitness groups and the public library. Donating blood can save a life, and this month, your donation can go even further. This morning, several employees of Stantec rolled up their sleeves at the Canadian Blood Services to do their part. Now, the engineering and consulting firm is also donating $1 to Canadian Blood Services for every blood and plasma appointment booked and attended across the country throughout the month of June. Now, only 2% of eligible Canadians currently donate, so every chair filled makes a difference. Well, it seems like a lot of people want to get closer to the Rockies without the mountain prices. A Calgary neighbor offering affordable hotel options says it's led to a spike in tourism. Tech giants are breaking historical debt records in many countries, and that now includes Canada, thanks to a massive maple bond sale. Joining me is Robert Geary, investment advisor with the Popowich Carmeli Advisory Group. So, Robert, how did the markets fare today?
Yeah, it was an interesting one today. As we saw, at the start of trading, we saw some green on the screen, and that quickly, erased, and we saw some selling pressure into the close, and more of a bigger rotation out of those AI trades like we saw last Friday, rotating back into some defensive stock, into some value-based names like the Russell 1000, and you also saw it into the Dow as well that closed the session positive. So on the back of that, I was watching oil today too, on the backs of hoping of getting this deal done. Trump says this is going to be done within 2 to 3 days. We'll have to wait and see on that because there's still some unrest on that side.
All right, and Amazon shattered a record in the Canadian bond market today.
Yeah, this was a big deal, $14 billion bond issuance, and this was the record that was broken just last month by Google on $7.5 billion. So I think the big question is that we all know that these AI firms need to go to the market to generate a lot of capital. They have a lot of expenses with this AI build-out, and Canada is one of them. You have the Canadian dollar denominated foreign currency bonds. They're called maple bonds, and we're seeing a ton of them. I think this is going to continue, and two of the reasons is the currency. They're getting them at a cheaper price, obviously, and interest rates as well. So there's a differential on that side that is very attractive, and they're getting eaten up by Canadian investors and global alike.
All right, thanks, Robert.
Yeah, appreciate it.
West of the city and closer to the mountains, Cochrane is gaining tourism traction. Since 2023, the town has seen a 20% increase in Canadian overnight visitors and a 40% jump in international visitors. Cochrane's Tourism Association says affordability is one of the big drivers. Now, according to Expedia, the cheapest hotel in Banff for the August 14th weekend is about $600 a night. The same weekend at the Super 8 in Cochrane will cost you about $300 a night.
Some people discover Cochrane because of either the room rates or the room availability. But once they get here, they realize they found a hidden gem and a really great base where they can see different parts of Alberta, including the Canadian Rockies.
Banff and Lake Louise Tourism says because they're in a national park, hotel development is restricted. So while demand continues to grow, visitors have to look elsewhere for places to stay. The best baristas in Canada are arriving in Calgary this weekend. Monogram Coffee is hosting the Canadian National Barista Championship. The co-owner of the Calgary Coffee Company has won the competition 7 times, but he won't be competing this year. Friday is the start of the 3-day event where baristas will be judged on flavor, technique, creativity, and hospitality. The winner will represent Canada at the World Championship in Panama City in October. Will Canada bring in a social media ban for children? Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Alicia. The federal government is expected to table new legislation as early as tomorrow. Along with banning social media access for those under the age of 16, it is expected to allow some exemptions for platforms that do meet safety criteria. Coming up at 6, we'll hear what Calgary teenagers think of the proposed changes. Also ahead, Calgary police capture a sheep that was on the lam. We couldn't resist in a northwest neighborhood. We'll have more on this story coming up at 6 too. Alicia.
Nice fun. Thanks, Tara. The first phase of affordable homes on the site of a former school in Radisson Heights is now complete. At the end of May, 10 homeowners received their keys to the Heights. The Southeast project includes townhomes with 1 to 5 bedrooms. The units are selling for below $200,000. The remaining 200 units at the site should be complete by the end of next year. The Heights will also feature a green space with an off-leash dog park, basketball courts, and gathering spaces. Well, you might need a sweater if you're heading out. Right now, it's 20 degrees with some isolated showers in the city. Danielle will be back with details. Danielle, we've got showers right now, but expected to get heavier.
Yeah, so tonight will be our heaviest rain in the city, and then at times it will be heavy tomorrow too, and there will be embedded thunderstorms in this, especially by tomorrow afternoon. So we'll pick up about 10 millimeters of rain in the city. 20 degrees is the high today, and our current temperature, we will not be that warm tomorrow. 14 is a high, but that also comes with a cold wind gusting up to 50 kilometers per hour out of the north.
Thanks, Danielle. The Calgary Food Bank relies deeply on its volunteers, but today they're saying goodbye to one special volunteer who's given more than 4 decades of service. Terry Dietz, also known as the honorary mayor of the Calgary Food Bank, first applied for a volunteer position 42 years ago. He never left until today. Staff and volunteers threw Dietz a retirement party. Dietz calls his co-workers his family and says he will miss spending time on the distribution line. CTV News has featured Dietz before, and he says he already has retirement plans.
Usually, after I'm finished the food bank, I usually go and meet some people at North Hill for coffee and stuff.
Good deeds from Mr. Dietz. The food bank says volunteers make up 60% of its workforce with 300 on site daily. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.